So this is gold on the 2-hour scale. And we continue to work with our A, B, and that's our C, of which we have seen 1, 2. Now I think that's our 3. And this is looking like a classic fourth wave that ended here. It's actually the fourth wave here is clearer than the fourth wave that we have in silver when you go to the minute level. Yeah. So I will be guided by this. We also have a very clear fourth wave in platinum. So going down, I am treating this the 1, 2, that's 3. That looks to me like a fourth wave on the 2-hour scale. I could be wrong, but that's the best bet that I have at this point. And my thinking, we are going to go down for that fifth leg. Now, the big question is that fifth leg, should we get it, going to be terminating wave 1 or 5? Yeah, because that's 4, we're going for the fifth down. Is that going to be just wave 1 or 5? Or that's going to be 5? That's it. That's going to be the bottom. We are going to see it breaking 3936. 3936, let's say going to 3930, 3900, whatever, if you get an extended fifth, and that's it. And you see where it is already. It's in a zone of support right here. I don't see strong indication that it's sorry, that it's going to go all the way down to the other side of the channel. I don't see indication, but anything could happen. I think that if we get support coming up here and it dips under the third level that I indicated here, terminating by the fifth leg, you could just hang around here for a few days, gathering strength, then come back. Okay, so that's the reading right now in gold. I can go to the, let's go to the 15-minute scale. So you can see it in detail. You can see here's the fourth wave. As I said, it's clearer than the one we have in the case of silver. And I'm treating this as 1, 2. That's my third. Ending here or here, it's not going to make a huge difference. But ending here, you have an A, B, C, D, E, or that's going to split into a further tiny triangle here. And the fourth wave would lead, of course, to the fifth leg. Very, very short term. Now we're talking really short term because this is the 15 minutes. By the time you see this video, you will have many more bars here. Around above 4,023, 24, without nailing a new low here, might mean that this wave count is not correct. It might mean that this is in fact 1, 2, that's a 3, 4, 5. In fact, this is a second wave, especially if you see something like that, you know, something like that. So it sort of pops its head to 4,030 and then you get this swing down again. So that will be the right wave count. That's going to be 1 or 1, that's going to be 2 and down in a third wave. Okay, if it stays under this level, 4,023, it continues to go sideways, quite weakish like that, then prepare for another knock, fifth leg. And then the moment of truth. As I explained, the moment of truth, we will find out fairly soon, within a day or two, whether this is the end or whether this is just wave 1. Now, there's another thing I want to share with you. Given that for now we have reasonably clear fourth wave in gold ending at this spot, which comes at 4,080, nearly to the dot here. Let's say 4,080. This around above 4,080 will be definite news. Yes, especially if we register 5 legs down, especially if we take the bottom here and suddenly be a reverse, and these things can happen very quickly. Yeah. So this is a key level for you to watch. 4,080. Running above this is news. What news? It's news that we have a possibility of having left the bottom in gold behind us. Okay. Gold has been going sideways here for quite some time. And I'm not surprised because when you have a big trend down, the market sometimes it gives you a spike bottom and then a V shape and then it runs higher. But there are many situations where the market goes sideways and basically stays at the same level. It just keeps sort of probing lower level, not dramatically. And all this is essentially a bottoming process. And I think that's what we have here in the case of gold. Look, we were here even lower. We were here in the 25th of June, 26th of June. Now, we are slightly higher, but not that much higher. You go back, the extreme bottom here was on the 10th of June. That's more than a month ago. You see, essentially, it hasn't really gone very far, but in my opinion, this is a bottoming process. Yes. Okay, let's go and see what is going on with silver. And I stay on my 15 minutes. And 15-minute scale, I am working with a fourth wave, having struck an end here or here. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it will be probably more correct from the pattern point of view to take this as the end. That will be my 1, 2. And I have a 3 that ended here or here. And my thinking, this is the fourth wave. Let Mr. Market confirm that. The difference between the action now in gold and silver is the fact that silver actually struck a new low. Do you see? Gold didn't do it. So it tells you immediately gold is stronger than silver at this point. Short term, it's obvious, yeah? This one fell, took the stops, and it is still here, while gold didn't even break the previous low, and it is hanging around here, okay? Now, where are we going? Is that the same situation like in gold with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we get the fifth leg and that's it? And we're going straight up? Or what do we do if suddenly we have a run in silver that goes above this level, which I marked as an important level? That's 56.84. What do we do? Well, I would say first I would look for this to play out, to finish the fourth wave. That doesn't happen. We suddenly get a run above this level, but it is not enough of a run to exceed the second wave level of 58.38, and certainly not enough of a run to exceed this level. And all of a sudden, like 1 or 2 days later, it sinks back there. What would you do? Well, I would treat this as 1, this is 2, like I said to you in the case of gold, and that will be my third wave. Okay, now let's do something else. Let's have a look at the 4-hour scale and see whether the idea that silver is showing us really the finishing touches of this fifth leg, whether it's sensible. Well, we can never be sure, but what we can do, we can compare this fifth leg. If we split this correctly, we have a fifth leg that relates to the first wave here. Now, there are 2 things that you can compare. First, the time scale and the price scale. Yeah. In terms of the time scale, this one was very brief. You can see fairly straightforward 1 drop. Yeah. And the fifth leg, there is no obligation for the fifth leg to imitate, if you like, exactly the time scale and the price scale. But at the minimum, we should be able to see to ascertain that we have 5 legs. Yes, that will be something useful. We do have a break, so we can already talk about a possible fifth leg in that could be compared to this. Now, in the case of silver, the level that you want to watch very carefully is this level 58.80. Yes, and the rest is very similar to what's going on in gold. So obviously, if you trade silver, you watch gold. If you trade gold, you watch silver, etc. Because you don't know which one is going to have the first run or out of the bottom, striking that bottom.